Many controversies happens in the Duterte administration, especially when COVID-19 entered our country. We even saw different characteristics of our president that, if we look closely, there are resemblances between President Duterte and the former and late President Marcos. So, is it possible that President Duterte will be just like President Marcos? Or is it possible that President Duterte will be declaring martial law in the whole country, not just in Mindanao? As we all know, President Duterte turned down some of the network here in our country, just like the most controversial, the ABS-CBN shutdown. And now, he threatens Facebook to stop and accuses it by helping and encouraging communists by blocking the government's effort. Recently, Reyna Maynacino, human rights activist, worked for an urban poverty group, Kadamay, when she and two fellow activists were arrested on November 2019 on charges of illegally possessing of firearms and explosive. They had denied the claim and have said that the arms are planted by the police just to frame them. In the time of President Marcos, activists were automatically rebels, but the torture method were ruthless. And here are the list of torture methods that our fellow Filipinos experienced back in the martial law era: electric shock, truth serum, Russian roulette, beating, cigar and flat iron burn, piston whip, water cure, strangulation, pepper torture, animal treatment, and sexual abuse. All of this were done by the military personnel. The current administration made a white sand on Manila Bay, causing 389 million pesos or $8 million. Apparently, Philippines is suffering with a pandemic now. These funds can be realigned with a priority project such as the latter. Former First Lady Imelda Marcos bought some wild animals that came from the Africa, which only abandoned in one island, Calawi, years later. These projects is only one of many projects that government funded using the money that came from the people of the Philippines. Now, to answer the question, is it possible that President Duterte will be just like President Marcos? Is most likely. Vicente G. Duterte, father of our president, was the former cabinet member of President Marcos during the first term of his presidency. So, we shouldn't forget about the past, especially for fellow Filipinos that suffer back in the martial law era. Because, as far as I can see, history repeats itself. I hope that we never ignore these facts and remember, the one who neglects and turns a blind eye to the abuse is worse than the abuser.